Today on Retail Reality, I want to talk about a typical day, things that are going on in a typical day of business. Now, it's going to be different, of course, depending on the type of business you have. But from my experience in the wireless industry, appliance industry, consignment industry, shoe industry, grocery industry, and a few other top industries that I've been in through the years, I've learned there are certain things that are critical and important to daily business. And there's other peripheral things as well that's not something that's critical to everyday business. But I'm just going to be speaking off the top of my head of some of the typical things I do when I come in each day. One is try to be someone that's coming in to audit your store every day. You want to audit the outside, what the outside looks like. Is it clean outside your storefront? Are your windows clean? Are your parking lot clean, free of debris and trash? Grass, weeds are pulled. And then as you make your way through your store and you're looking at all the on the outside, you see that all that's taken care of. You begin to work your way inside your store, and you look around at products and you say, if I got holes on the floor I need to fill with products. Do I have areas that are not very clean in my store that need to be cleaned or not presentable? Have I mopped my floors today? Have I dusted lately? Little things, but things that are important to your everyday business. You never know the perception people will have of your building, your location, and whether or not they'll come back and buy from you based on the way your store looks, how clean it felt. Is it a comfortable and inviting environment? Maybe you can play music in your store. But other things as well as things such as your computer. Turning on the computers in the morning, making sure all your computers are working properly. Checking your emails. Make sure you haven't got any emails from your vendors or emails from your customers. Checking your social media, whatever that may be, Facebook or Instagram or X, whatever it may be that you use. Making sure you're responding to replies, questions that some of your customers may have that are trying to reach out to you. You don't want to lose those opportunities for great sales. And then you've got to also remember to check your mail. Seems very simple, but sometimes important things come in your mail. You could get busy and forget about checking your mail each day. Important documents can come through the mail that might not come to your email. And paying your bills, getting online, keeping up with those things. As a business owner, or if you've got someone that's going to manage your location for you, you want to have at least probably an hour to prepare before your store opens. It's nothing worse than rushing into your store last second and your mind's running in 1,000 different directions, and you've got customers standing at the door ready to purchase something in your store or ask questions, and your mind is not capable of receiving those questions at the moment because you're so rushed trying to get your store open. So it's not a good situation. And so you want to be sure that you're there in a timely manner. You're getting things started in your store in a timely manner, and you've got it ready to go when that first customer arrives. Your mind is where it needs to be. It's fixated on what you've got to do to answer questions and to close that sale. So it's important to have that mindset. In order to have that mindset, you got to be here early. You got to be here and you got to be ready. And then also checking your signs. You might have had sales and you need to change your sale signs. Take your signs down, change your signs out. Ones that you don't need any longer, that shouldn't be there any longer. So that's things you need to consider as well. And then products. Decide, do I need to go ahead and mark this product down to move it, get rid of it, because I need to make room for a new product so that it's not taking up unnecessary floor space for products that could really sell, be profitable to your business. And continuing to reach out to your vendors the first thing in the morning for any of your needs that you may have, so that you can discuss anything that's pertinent to your business that You may have a difficult time communicating later in the day. I have found that you never put things off, but when something comes up, you try to take care of it right away. Because if you put it off, you'll either forget about it sometimes, or it won't be taken care of in a timely manner, and you're going to have an angry customer, or you're going to have a very difficult situation to work your way out of because it wasn't taken care of in a timely manner. So taking care of your customer needs or vendor needs, whatever it may be, you want to make that a priority and be sure that you're taking care of those things as quick as possible. And throughout the day, you're going to have things that's going to happen. It's going to be time consuming. You're going to have different things come up. I encourage my team that works with me. I remind them, look, you may think you've got all this time to work on other projects today, but you'll be surprised at the time that you don't have to work on these projects, because you have new phone calls coming in, new emails coming in, new social media posts coming in that you're answering replies to. You have new customers walking in the door looking at a new sale, and sometimes some of your products may take longer to sell than others and requires more of your time. And if you don't take care of things promptly, then it can easily be forgotten. So I encourage you to always remind your team to take care of things in a timely manner. Don't get lazy. Don't get on social media or the TV or YouTube or whatever interest they have. It's easy to do after you closed a big sale and you're mentally sometimes fried from the opportunity of closing that sale, and you have to kind of defrag your mind a little bit. But be careful to defrag too much, or you'll lose getting things accomplished you need to get accomplished and have your mind set for the next sale. And so here's a little reminders. In today's society, social media could be a lot of interruptions. It could be good interruptions or bad interruptions with your team. So just some of those things. You want to make sure you have internet service working, your power is working. You want to be sure that the necessities, even your water and sewage, is going and flowing like it should. Things that could be a headache later in the day, that you want to be sure it's operation secured first thing in the day when you get to your office or to your business. Now, of course, every business has its own way of doing things. You'll find certain things better than others. Another important thing to do in the morning as you come in as a business owner is look over the previous transactions on the previous day. Be sure to count money that was to be deposited in the bank or money that was received by credit cards. I have found in the past that employees can be deceitful and can return products that was not an authorized return and return it as cash and keep the cash, or they'll return it and put the money back on their own personal card, and you'd never know it. I've seen it with warranties that's been sold to customers, and then an employee turn around and return that warranty onto their credit card. Customer never knows that the warranty was canceled, but the warranty is still what the customer thinks is active, and if they have to come to use it one day, all of a sudden it's not available, they're wondering what's going on. It's because a dishonest employee is taking that warranty from you and put the money back in their funds. So it's important to watch for any returns. I encourage you to make a phone call to the customer and ask them if they can relate to you why they decided to make that return. It would really help you in deciding what to do with the employee that might have made the return improperly. And you have to look into legal ramifications of those things and disciplinary ramifications of those things. So that can happen in your company, in your business. So be sure each morning you're checking your previous day's sales, looking over your reports that your software might contribute to you, so that you can make sure everything's being done properly, deposits are being made correctly, and what's being deposited in the bank is exactly what says on your report, whether it be checks, cash, and of course your cards, matching them up with your card banking statements or your card statements. So these are all important things that you don't want to lay aside and forget about. These are things that need to be done every day. If you don't do them every day, they can pile up on you, and it also makes it more difficult to track what happened and when these incidents might have occurred. So be sure that you're doing your due diligence and making sure these actions are taking place on a regular basis. Well, I hope this has been helpful today. This is not at all in any kind of way comprehensive to everything, but I hope that it's helpful in some way to help you manage your business to the best of your ability. Thank you for listening to us here at Retail Reality.